There and welcome to episode 9 of the Loki Takeover. Today we've been doing a lot of episodes, but in this episode, it's kind of like a Mobius special. So if you watch the previous few videos I've done today, I've expressed my love for the character of Mobius, a lot. I mean, I've said it quite a few times, so I decided, let's just do a whole video where it's completely acceptable for me to just talk about him for like 15 minutes. So, we know that from last video I said that Mobius is the standard, or so we think, TVA agent, so that's a given piece of information about him. He's really enthusiastic about his job. He loves his job. Well, he seems to love his job. Like, he's not like most people in the world who go to an office job and absolutely hate it. He's like very passionate about keeping the timeline as it is. So we also know he loves the early 1990s. He drinks Josta, which was an energy drink from the time, and he loves jet skis, and he says that in the early 1990s there was a brilliant mixture of both form and function that we call the jet ski. So he's always wanted to ride a jet ski, and if he does not ride a jet ski within the next few episodes of Loki, I will be extremely upset, because, I really want to see him ride a jet ski. I feel like that would be great. The reason for this could be the fact that the man that the character of Mobius, not Loki, today we are focusing on Mobius. The character of Mobius is based on actually died in the early 1990s. I think it was 1991. He was, I can't remember what he was. I can't remember his name either, but he worked in Marvel. Yeah, that's the only thing I can remember about him. He works for the Timekeepers, yet he's never met them, which is one thing that most TVA workers have in common, other than the judges, I think, are the only ones that actually meet the Timekeepers, which could be a reason if they're not real. That's a kind of a theory that's out there, that the Timekeepers are kind of like the Wizard of Oz, where they are not actually real, which I think I'm not sure about. I mean, who knows? According to Renslayer, he loves broken things, kind of like Loki. So, he's different, is what I'm going to say. He's not like every other TVA worker whose uniform, he actually has sort of a personality. I know Renslayer and Hunter B50. I'm terrible with these names. I'm so sorry if I get like the numbers wrong. But like I said in the episode where I said that it was, one of them was called like B20, I think it was C20. I'm like terrible with numbers, and I'm doing this off sort of the top of my head. I've not got any research in front of me other than what I've written on my whiteboard, which is like key points of what to talk about. So the TVA agents, or the Minutemen, or whatever, they don't really show a personality as much. They're very stoic people who are bossy, but I think Mobius is a lot more caring than that. He's quite close to Renslayer, so there was rings on the counter where he'd placed his drinks before that, and hadn't put a coaster down, so he must meet with her quite often, and he asks her he doesn't ask her, but he straight up says that he's her favourite analyst, and that's why she keeps all of his trophies that he brings back. So, as well as this, he's obviously worked on Loki's file previously to meeting the variant, and he knows everything about him. So he says in episode 2, he says, you've literally stabbed people in the back like 50 times, which shows that he's done his research. He knows what Loki's done. We know he's actually quite old, but we kind of inferred that because of like the grey hair, and he's brought back so many trophies from missions. But like he said in episode 1, time works differently in the TVA, so we don't really know how it works. Is there time at all? In the comics, the TVA was in the null time zone where there wasn't time, which means that he wouldn't age. So maybe he's not that old at all. Maybe he's still the exact same as when he was created by the TVA, if he was created by the Timekeepers. There are theories out there saying that he is the one that's holding the TVA together. He's the original TVA agent that wasn't created by the Timekeepers and was instead hired. But, you know, who knows? So let's talk about his possible future in the MCU. Well, in Loki, we know the timeline has just been bombed in episode 2, which has led to a lot of branches on the timeline and a lot of them redlining. So we know this could possibly be the birth of the multiverse. There's a lot of Nexus events going off, and we know that the Minutemen are trying to clip those branches, like Miss Minute says. But, you know, what's the possibility that they're going to be able to clip that many branches in such a short amount of time before they redline? And we saw some of them moving extremely quickly towards that red line. So, you know, I'm guessing it's going to be the birth of the multiverse, which means the TVA won't be needed anymore. Which means that most of those agents, analysts, Minutemen, receptionists, the guy with the computer that prints out what everyone's ever said, and the guy with the temporal aura machine, they are all going to have no job. So they're probably gonna, you know, I hate to say it, but die. Yeah, they're probably gonna, if they're created by the Timekeepers, they might like be deactivated or something and just drop dead. Or they might be brutally murdered by Miss Minutes, who knows? But that means that Mobius won't be around, which is so sad because, yeah, I'm gonna go on a tangent about how much I love the character now. It's so sad because he could bring so much to the MCU, and I think that his humour is definitely brilliant. It made me laugh many times, and his chemistry with Loki, oh my god, it's just so amazing. I think the pair would make a great like duo in the Marvel universe. But if this happens, there will be no Mobius. But there is always the chance that he could escape, and if he was the one person that the Timekeepers hired in the first place, if he was the cog that is holding together the entire TVA, maybe he won't be killed. Maybe he'll just be let out into the real world. Or maybe they'll say to him, you go ride a jet ski in an apocalyptic situation and then we'll kill you. Who knows? But maybe, just maybe, there's a chance that Mobius might escape his doom and might stick around in the MCU for a bit longer, which is what I hope so badly will happen, because he's just so amazing. He, like I said, is one of my favourite characters already in the MCU. I feel like the Phase 4 gang have sort of given me a few more characters to add to the list of ones that are my favourite, like Jimmy Woo, Zemo, and Mobius. I feel like they're like the 3 ones that I've been introduced to or reintroduced to in a different light, and are now some of my favourite characters. So apparently that's a recurring fact within my brain, that I must suddenly fall in love with the new characters. Alright. Alright then. Sorry, I was laughing and coughing at the same time. Kind of hurt. Alright then, thank you for watching this video. I hope you liked it. It's kind of a different video today because I just really wanted to do something that focused on Mobius, because I feel like people are talking all about Loki and Lady Loki and Renslayer and the Timekeepers. It's like, look at the glue who's holding this all together. It's Mobius. Make sure to subscribe and turn notifications on so you never miss a video. Maybe I'll do another video about Mobius if I feel like it. Who knows? And you know what? Go ride a jet ski, because Mobius would. That's exactly what he would want you to do. Alright then, bye!